Welcome to Marth and the Machines number 18. Today there'll be another battle report with Lady Z. I try once more to prove that Commander Zerkova can be victorious against the forces of Signa. Up to now I always lost to Aridas with Lady Z and was intended to change that. My main goal, however, was to build a working list that would also be able to win by scenario, or at least threaten to win by scenario. And this time we're going to play a 35 points match of killing fields. Enjoy! Okay, Arius brought Commander Adept Sebastian Nemo with the Stormclad, Charger and the Thunderhead, followed by Stormblades with unit attachment, a Tesla Coil Storm Tower. He also had Arlen Strangeways, a single Stormsmith and the Squire. I had a slightly modified and souped up Lady Z take-em-all list. I decided to heed the tip of a fellow Forumite and dropped the Dracoon for other things. I went with Colon Commander Alexandra Zerkova, with the Devastator Nikita and the Juggernaut Victor as her battle group. For units there were the staple Greylord Turnian, minimum assault commandos with 3 flamethrower weapon attachment proxies, and the Great Bears of Gallowswood. Supporting solos consisted of the Coldun Lord, the Wardog, and Shunon, the Wing of Retribution. I can see the question marks on your faces, so I'll explain. Shinon is my Iris stand-in. I don't like the Matrix Elf number 1 model, so I got the Matrix Elf number 2 model, the Mage Hunter Strike Force Commander. He's, as the name suggests, there to pose as Epic Iris for the battle. And maybe you noticed something that slipped me. I was playing 2 points short. I intended to include Harlan Verge, but forgot him. Alright, a short virtual reality terrain rundown. Green are the forests, light blues is shallow water, greys are structures and walls, and brown is any other kind of obstruction. My plan was as follows. Lady Z's bubble economy, that is her battle group, her Wardog, Shinon and the Coldun Lord, would head for the central control point. The others, the Turnian, the Bears, Commandos and Bersham I forgot, would go for the left-hand one. It would probably be best to simply camp the center point with Lady Z herself, drawing her attention her way. Points would be scored in round 2 and the center is 14 inches out there. To reach it in time I'd need to run either first or second turn, except for the Jacks, who would have to run both turns. I would do it in round 2 because it would allow me to hog more focus with her, thus being safer. Unless I went second, where I'd probably need a second turn to clear the control points and seize them myself. We agreed to count steamroller style, that points are scored at the end of each turn starting with the second player's second turn. Round 1. I actually won the role to go first and do so. I allocate 1 focus to Victor, next the Coldun Lord boosts Nikita. The assault commandos advance to shield wall and are clouded by the Turnian. Zerkova puts up a cheap watcher and banishing ward on Nikita, then moves and casts a twister at the storm tower which deviates off. Nikita and Victor run, as do the Great Bears and the Wardog. On his turn, Nemo puts up deflection. Strangeways power boosts the Stormclad. His Jacks run up. The Stormblades run to the forest, the rest advances. Round 2. I only give 1 focus to Victor, upkeeping Banishing Ward and Watcher. The Coldun Lord moves and power boosts Nikita again. I have the Jacks hurry up and Dragon runs too. Shuna moves behind the crates into cover, giving him an awesome 22 defense against shooting, and fires at the Charger, disrupting him. The Turnian knows it will be of no help on its side, and runs to the other. Victor and Nikita run up, keeping distance to each other. Lady Z runs up and seizes the center point. I can't feed due to having run, but I figured Watcher should keep me safe, especially with the main shooty Jack being zapped. The Great Bears seize the other point. The assault commandos move, shield wall and fire at the Thunderhead, mostly scratching the paint and the occasional point of damage. He gives some focus to the Thunderhead. The Charger begins this turn, moves, casually aims at Shunon and blasts his head off with double 6s. Even though I probably once again forgot stealth, who could have known? Never send an elf if you could have a human do it. The Stormblades continue their advance through the woods. The Thunderhead pulses, but some bad rolls only kill 2 flamers, and Yarovich freeing up the point. Curse him. Then Nemo is on. He first intends to cast Voltaic Snare at Nikita, but I saw that coming, and he has to skip that option because of Banishing Ward. He launches a Chain Lightning instead, and while it doesn't damage Victor, Nikita or Zerkova, it bounces 1 more time and fries my Wardog. Arlen Strangeways power boosts the Stormclad, which then activates and launches himself at Victor. This triggers Watcher, and Victor withdraws from the beating, though suffering a hefty freeze strike. The Storm Tower fires at Nikita to no effect, and the Lightning Leap doesn't damage Zerkova. I score my first point. Round 3, and with Nemo that close, I guess I'll be better off killing him. I upkeep Watcher only and give 2 focus to Victor. The Codon Lord moves up and power boosts Nikita. The Assault Commandos move, the single flamer seizes the point, the rest, and herein lies one of my mistakes, moves to fire at the Stormsmith, Thunderhead, or to engage the Stormclad. However, they don't achieve anything. Victor charges the Thunderhead for severe damage, then the bears come in and almost wreck it. They don't because the Thunderhead gets a bonus from the intervening terrain. Nemo was only camping 2 focus, so I fire Razor Winds at him, but miss, or don't roll any good damage. Slightly frustrated, I cast Influence at the Stormblade closest to Nemo, and discovered that they don't have reach, like I always thought. So he can't attack Nemo, and I would have been better off boosting the damage. Oh well, he then just kills the one in front of him. I finish by feating. Nikita then charges and unleashes the Rain of Death on Nemo, letting him live on 2 health. Crud! The Turnian could save me, but the first one fails his Ice Cage roll against the Stormclad, so the other 2 put Blizzard Clouds on Lady Z and the Codon Lord. I score 2 more points. In his turn he does the inevitable. The Thunderhead is tied up and can't remove the Flamer, which means he'll have to dispense Zerkova, or else I'll score enough points to win on my own turn. He loads 3 focus on the Charger and 5 on the Stormclad. The Stormclad then turns to face Zerkova, which is in advance and triggers Watcher. To my own misfortune, Victor couldn't be able to reach it because I put the Assault Commandos there, so no chance of an Ice Axe instant save. I withdraw Nikita from Nemo, who does 2 damage, and have him smack the Stormclad. I score 12 damage with an outstanding damage roll. Maybe not all is lost yet. All I need to roll is the 5, which would rip off the blade arm and severely improve my chances for survival, or the 4, which would destroy the cortex and just plain stop this assassination before it began. But my die shows me the 1. The Stormclad then proceeds to be very unfriendly to my Warcaster. Nemo wins! In hindsight. So, I'd say my plan worked. I know I lost, but I think I proved that the general idea was sound. The point where I really screwed up was moving the Assault Commandos so they blocked the Juggernaut's way to the Stormclad. Oh, and not remembering the enemy's abilities correct. Here's a lesson then. Never work from memory, always reread their cards. If I had spent that focus boosting the damage, or if the Stormblades actually had reach, or if he hadn't camped that 2 focus, Nemo would have been toast. Likewise, I would still have survived more likely if the boosted attack had knocked off either the cortex or the right arm. I also would have won due to scenario if Shinnon hadn't gotten himself shot by a charger with bloody lock. But that's a lot of if for self-justification. Oh well, some days you lose and on others the others win. I could have faced worse, like Siege or Haley experienced. Regarding experienced characters, I have some ideas for an experienced Lady Zerkova, but maybe I'll do an out-of-the-line creativity machine issue once with my ideas, with stuff like Zerkova XP, Kayazi Assassin's Consigliere, Choir of Manoth, Songstress of Manoth Unit Attachment and stuff, if I can be bothered. But for now we're finished. Farewell.